Now, here's another very interesting criteria, and it's motivation. Motivation. Simply answering the question, why does this person want to do this job? And motivation is also something Mr. Hubbard talks a lot about. And we're going to go over that. But we could, very simply, we could divide it into two main categories. We could talk about people who are outflow motivated. We can talk about people who are inflow motivated. Because these are two very distinct different groups. If we look at production, production is mainly an activity where you outflow. I'm here, I write a letter, and I send it to a client, I outflow. I make phone calls, I outflow, I push boxes, I do things, I outflow. For sure, I will also handle some inflow. People call me, but then I have to outflow and answer them. So my production is mainly outflow, outflow, outflow. That's why people who are interested in outflowing are normally a lot more viable to hire, because they have their attention on outflow. Now, the inflow, and one inflow that you can get from working is money. The typical inflow. I mean, if I outflow a lot, I'm supposed to inflow some money, right? But if that is my motivation, it actually means I have my main attention on this point, which means I actually have attention on the inflow as my priority. And one thing we're going to see here in this seminar is that inflow is a lot weaker than outflow. A person who is outflowing is always stronger than a person who is trying to inflow. So inflow is actually a very weak flow, trying to get things in. So if we look at it, have you ever, for example, experienced that a person comes to you in a job, you're delivering a job interview, and the first question this person have to you is, what are you going to pay me? This is first question. I mean, you haven't even talked about the job yet. He doesn't know the job. But his interest is immediately on the money. How many weeks of vacation? Any benefits? Okay, if the inflow seems okay, then okay, we can talk about the outflow. This is a person who is inflow motivated. And I'm saying it's just a bad indicator. It's so different than when a person is coming to you and is really interested in the job. Interested in what do you want me to do? Is that difficult? How can I do that? It's like, and I'm interested. This is very, very important to understand, because when you make your hiring ad, you have to understand that depending on what you write in your hiring ad, you will attract people with different motivation. If I, for example, would make an ad that looks like this: easy money. Come to us, make some easy money. If you look at, you have outflow and inflow people. Who will be most interested in this ad? Inflow guys. Exactly. You will get tons of applications from inflow guys who looks at, wow, easy money, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Even if there would be some outflow guys as well, you would now have a bunch of applications where you have a lot of inflow people and maybe a few outflow people in there. So if you look at normal hiring ads, I mean, this is a bit exaggerated, I agree. However, most hiring ads today talk a lot about the inflow factor of the job. How nice the job is, what your opportunities are, how much salary you can make, how this could be a beginning of a nice career, and blah, blah, blah. There's just a lot of inflow factors. They normally don't describe really how tough the job really is. They normally try to make the job look very easy or nice or exciting, and then good inflow. But these kind of ads, they pull a very large percentage of these inflow people. And if you're not lucky, you have only inflow people, and then it doesn't matter how good your selection process is. Because to select the best out of a bunch of inflow people, still, you have an inflow-oriented guy. So therefore, if you change your message in your ad correctly, you will attract more outflow-oriented people. And that's a very simple way to improve your hiring procedure, to actually make sure that your ads pull the right type of people.